Testing.
I'm making a game that's a story-based, third-person shooter with sci-fi and western elements. Epic.
Let's see.
Stars a space bounty hunter with an Australian accent who's up against the most notoriously evil, moustache-twirling villain with the goal of overthrowing the dystopian planet Caloria, who's at war with all the other planets in the solar system. So I started strong by adding ragdoll physics, which trigger when you shoot a weapon on mass destruction and an explosion appears, spawns near them. I set up weapon switching so you can toggle between the 3 different guns in the game. When in sprinting mode, you can jump on a wall to glide across it. So I made this inverse kinematics rig in Blender, but I later just decided to use the Unreal Engine 5 mannequin rig, because I remembered how much pain custom rigs caused me earlier in my development. I have come across just trying to make these feet align up with the ground. I then began my journey 3D modeling the rest of the characters in the game, beginning with the main GDI officer enemy.
So, how long is this gonna take?
You can't rush art.
Retopology was required to optimize these high fidelity models, and after unwrapping that retopoed model, I'm able to texture and rig it up in Blender and then import it into Unreal Engine. Months later of writing and storyboarding the story of the game, I had to design a western yet sci-fi themed waypoint marker to direct the player from quest to quest. I implemented it into the game and set up text which tells the player how far away they are from the quest. And I also made the marker clip to the edge of the screen when looking away from the waypoint. There's nothing more unsatisfying in game development than looking at a screen with the same game mechanic programmed, making small changes, then scrapping them, going back to the original mechanic. Over time, you've realized you've wasted a whole day making zero progress at all. And then out of nowhere, your brain starts working and you realize that this problem is completely unrelated to this mechanic, but the issue was being caused somewhere else. For me, this is when one of my quests weren't being saved properly, and it would load back up when pressing continue in the main menu, essentially creating a loop if you kept saving and overriding the other quests with the previous quest data, completely destroying the entire system. And so the solution was to just go into the save function and match up the correct variables, which fixed everything.
Oh, look at that! Taking it like a champ!
Okay, well, you know, it's fixed now, so we can move on to AI. This game has been in development since like February 2023, which means this game has been in development for about 18-ish months, which is basically how long Fallout New Vegas was in development for. Which is crazy because there still isn't any AI in the game. Can you imagine if they shipped Fallout New Vegas and there wasn't any sunny smiles? There are 3D models of the characters that I've made and now I've put them in the game. But I need to give them some logic. I need to make them big brain, 1000 IQ. The game can finally be fun to play. Because right now the game is very boring, very empty. It's nothing to do. By the way, please take a moment to go into the pinned comment to look in the description or maybe just search Resurrection of Santiago on Steam, because it will direct you to the Steam page for this game. So please wishlist the game on Steam because it supports me, but also on launch the game will be releasing for free, so there's not really any reason not to wishlist the game. Anyway, after I finished the cover poster for this game, I decided I wanted to use it for the background of my main menu. But it looks so static and cheap, so I decided to import it using different layers into Unreal Engine, and created my own custom Unreal Engine 2.5D look. So when you move the mouse, it moves the layers towards where the mouse cursor is. It's pretty interesting how I got the layers to move around with like noise so it shakes and wobbles a bit, because I did it in the most unconventional way possible. Basically, since the layers are images in a widget blueprint, I can't add the override with double Perlin noise, which is a factor which can be added to the animation of any object in the sequencer. But the sequencer is used for creating cinematic cutscenes, not for creating animated layers in your heads-up display. So I had to think outside the box. I decided I like the sequencer more as it generates animation randomly. It's very smooth, Instead of manually trying to use keyframes to make it look random and things that look manual don't really look like that, you normally need a level of interpolation. Like, it's possible, but I didn't want to do it. So I used this noise modifier on an actor I created. Then in the widget blueprint, I got this actor from class and added its world location for the X and Y axis onto the transform translation of the layer elements in the widget blueprint. So what did all that convoluted explanation accomplish? Well, now the main menu layers bobble around while still following the mouse direction. Dude, it looks so cool. It is so epic, it's awesome. Back in my second devlog, I added to the game a kick animation I made but did nothing with it, so now I've added functionality. So now before I tell you about the best new addition I've added to the game, I'll show you a few glitches I've come across and I forgot if I fixed them or not, except for the zero gravity ragdoll after I shoot. Just thought that would be a cool level up perk or something. Now are you ready for the best new addition mechanic I've added to the game? Because here it is! I added drifting to my game. Actually, that's a lie, it's been in the game for the past year, but I'm pretty sure I haven't shown it at all yet. Anyway, subscribe to my channel for more future devlogs, wishlist the game on Steam, and watch my full outro.